behind the scenes action of income property. This is a main beam I've made for my house, and this is going to go overhead to separate the kitchen from the living dining room area, or living room. And so it is actually almost 12 feet long, but 16 inches of it go into the wall. So that's what this cut is here. It's cut on the bottom, it's cut on top, and so it kind of fits into the wall that way. It takes both load from each trailer side. I'll be taking out a load bearing wall and replacing with this. I'll be putting it bark side down because I think that's a cool look. Yeah, the drywall will butt right up to this, and this part will be inside the wall 16 inches back. Well, there's more than one way to load a beam, but I prefer my little crane. So next I'm going to back that white truck right underneath it. Perfect. Alright guys, I'm getting ready, framing up my pony walls. Take the load off this middle two walls so I can put up this beam, take the load. And what I've learned is I need to get this on this side, this beam on this side on some rollers or something, flipped over and ready to go, because once I put up that wall it's not going to be able to fit in here. So I'm going to focus on that, flipping it over, getting it in position. Then I'll finish. I built this wall, but I'll have to take part of it down to get that beam right in here. And then I'll build the other side wall, which I just screwed. That's a rough cut 6x2 that I milled out of oak. There's another one, thick piece of wood, and yeah, just kind of bracing it up, screw it all in place, make sure it's not going anywhere. I might add a lateral piece that ties them all together, and yeah. Well, guys, I had my camera with me yesterday, so this is the progress I got done. I built 2 pony walls, and then I demoed the center wall. 2 pony walls support the roof load, and I started lifting my beam. I basically seesawed it. Like, I'd put this plank in the middle and lift one end, slip a 2x6 underneath it, screw it to the studs, and so on. So I got about 6 feet high. It's only got about 2 feet left to go, and so today that's what I'm going to focus on, getting it right height. I got a bottle jack with me because I want to get it tight. Alright, so what I've done here is I've gotten as high as I can get it. Well, I could get it higher a little bit, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a jack stand between these 4 2x4s. Put a piece of wood this way, piece of wood this way, and then a thick piece of wood there, and then put the jack underneath that, and add some crisscross bracing. I don't want this to go titty wonkus while I'm lifting. And the idea is I can lift evenly and, you know, jack it up in place. And so what I need to do is measure my bottle jack and see what's the minimum distance it needs to operate. And I think it's like 7.5 inches. It's a small bottle jack, but it's 8 ton. And yeah, basically that. And build a platform and start lifting it in place. And then after I've lifted it in place, I got to make sure it's this much this way, because I'm going to build a wall to support it. So yeah. Oh, fun and games. Alright, that's it perfectly in place. And yes, could not find my other bottle jack, so I use a car jack. But it works. And it's good because there's a little bit of a groove for the drywall to fit in on this side. The other side I'll have to figure out something. But anyway, it's all jacked in place. Everything's creaking. House is lifted a little bit. It's time to build my walls. I'll build a wall on that end first because it's easily to get to. And this end's going to be a little difficult. Luckily I have the frame of this to, you know, take the load while I build a wall. Anyway, yeah. And the beam is in. Yep. So I built solid cribbing, solid walls that are made out of 2x6s, actual 2x6s, 2 inches by 6 inches. And also put dimensional lumber in there, and just in case. I'm gonna beef them up a little bit, but this thing ain't going nowhere. Solid. Yep. In fact, I lifted the house a little bit to set each stud, so it'd be tight. But it looks good. I like the bark. I'm gonna leave that. And I made it where the drywall will just overlap hit where it's cut. So very good.